Hi everyone, welcome back to this month's construction update here at Corner House Residences. This construction update's picking up our activities during the month of February. We've had another good month on site. We've had some very positive feedback from a lot of buyers that you're getting value out of these construction updates. The other thing that will have occurred by the time you see this update is that we'll be giving you access to a password protected section of our website, and in that we'll have buyer specific information relating to your contract and correspondence. The other aspect will be just a general information section that, as detail on the site is locked down, so through the procurement process, we'll put that information on there, and also it'll have any questions that we get asked by individuals. The answers will go up there for everybody's benefit. So with that said, we'll start talking about what's actually going on site. So one of the main changes, apart from the concrete we're standing on, is the fact that the big pile of dirt that was behind us is now a small pile of dirt. It's at a logistically tricky point where we don't have a ramp to work with, so we have one machine that effectively feeds the machine on the street with a bucket full of dirt, and then that dirt gets shipped out as it normally would. The other elements of the site that are quite visible, we've got a stormwater detention tank here on my right. Dyson Black, our project coordinator, will explain a little bit more about this area that we're standing on. The other big hole in the ground immediately to my right here is our lift core and fire stairs. That's effectively the structural centre of the building. Deep footings go down through that area and basically brace the floor plate.
Today we poured the blinding layer for the B2 slab, which the waterproofing will then sit on, which gets sandwiched between the actual basement 2 floor slab that you'll be driving on. We have all the trenches throughout the blinding layer. These shallower ones will take the groundwater away from behind the walls to create as dry a basement as we possibly can. This will then take all the groundwater, stormwater, etc. into our detention tank that we have underneath the B2 slab. The piles we see in between all these trenches, these ones specifically will form a ground beam, which will then have Rio cages placed on top, which will then take the walls for the B2 to B1 ramp, which is essentially where we're standing here. The thickening for the toe of the ramp will be here, and then we'll go up towards Montague Street. Where I'm standing is the B2 to B1 ramp, which is the connection detail here with the dowels for the wall. The ramp will then be formed up to basement 1 level, which will then, all the other dowels, which we see all the way around the perimeter, will then take the connection for the basement 1 slab to the walls. So we have 2 elements down here. We have the precast column starter bars, which will be the initial starter bars for our precast columns from basement 2 up to ground floor, which is the start of our vertical structure project. And on the other side, we have the crane base feet. That's for our crane install, which will be the end of this month, which will get us into the vertical structure and the main works for the project.
Thanks everybody for watching this month's update. Hopefully you've got a lot out of it. There's a lot going on. As I said earlier, we're really happy with how everything's progressing. We've had a very friendly summer. Next month there'll be some critical milestones. Dyson's mentioned the crane install. That takes a whole day to put up. We're going to take a time lapse of that, so that'll be very interesting to show you. We'll probably load that onto the website or onto YouTube or both. All of this dirt will be gone, the site will be cleaned up a lot, and we'll have a lot more of the blinding layer down in different sections. Combined with the website release with all the information, hopefully you'll be kept up to date. Again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll look forward to talking to you next month. Bye for now.